Hello, today I want to share something with you that most financial advisors will never bring up in a meeting. Not because it's illegal, not because it's complicated, but because frankly, nobody profits from teaching you this for free. What you're about to hear is real, it's legal, and it has been used by the wealthiest families in America for generations. My name is Leandre Boone, founder of Buckeye Financial LLC, and on this day, that changes. Now, let me show you something side by side. Most Americans, hardworking people, follow the same script their whole lives. You earn money, you pay taxes on it, you build something, you sell it, you pay capital gains, you leave something behind for your family. The government takes a cut of that too, and that's how it goes. Now look at what the wealthy do. They acquire assets and let them grow. They borrow against those assets instead of selling, zero taxes. And when they pass wealth to their heirs, their gains are completely erased. Same country, same tax code, completely different game. Tonight, I'm going to show you how that game works. The strategy has a name. It's called buy, borrow, die. And yes, it sounds blunt, maybe even a little shocking, but this is the actual term that financial insiders use. Billionaires like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett have all used variations of this framework to build and preserve generational wealth. 3 steps. Each one builds on the last. Together, they create a cycle of wealth that never triggers a taxable event until the government's clock literally runs out. Let's walk through each step. Step 1 is deceptively simple. Buy assets that appreciate in value and then hold them. Stocks, real estate, life insurance with cash value, business equity. The key insight that most people miss is this: unrealized gains are never taxed. Your assets can grow from 10,000 to 1 million, and as long as you don't sell, the IRS cannot touch it. Think about that. The growth is happening, the wealth is building, but there is no tax bill because you haven't sold anything. The wealthy figured this out a long time ago. Most people were never told. Here's why the strategy gets powerful. Here's why the strategy and where it gets powerful. Instead of selling the asset and triggering capital gains taxes, they borrow against it. Banks and financial institutions will lend money against appreciated stocks, real estate, and insurance cash value, often at a very low interest rate. And here is the critical truth that changes everything. Loan proceeds are not income. The IRS does not tax money you borrow. So the wealthy have found a way to access the value of their assets, fund their lifestyle, their businesses, their next investment without ever selling, without ever triggering a tax event. The assets keep growing, the loan gets repaid, and the government never sees a dime. Now here is the final step, and it is the most extraordinary part of the entire strategy. When an asset is passed to an heir at death, the IRS steps up the cost basis to the asset's current market value. Let me explain that plainly. You buy stock at $10,000, it grows to $500,000 over your lifetime. That is $490,000 in unrealized gains, never taxed while you were alive. You pass that asset to your children. Their cost basis is now $500,000, today's value. They sell it the very next day. They owe zero capital gains tax. decades of growth permanently erased. That is not a loophole. That is written in the United States tax code. Now I want you to sit with something for a moment. This strategy has existed for decades. It is perfectly legal. So why don't most people know about it? It's not taught in schools, not in K through 12, not in college. Financial media spends all its time talking about budgeting and debt, not strategy. Professional advisors who know this stuff typically serve one clientele: people who already have money. And here's the hard truth: no one profits from teaching you this for free. And I'm not here to profit from this conversation today. I am here because I believe my people perish for their lack of knowledge, and that ends today. Here's what I need you to understand. You do not need to be worth $100 million to benefit from the same foundational strategies the wealthy use. You need three things. First, clarity. You need to understand the framework, how it works, what assets qualify, how the tax code supports it. Second, an entry point. Whether you're starting with $500 or $500,000, there is a version of the strategy that fits exactly where you are right now. And third, the right advisor. Someone who knows how to structure assets, policies, and accounts to maximize every legal advantage available to you. And I want to leave you with this. Proverbs 13, verse 22 says, "A good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children." Generational wealth is not reserved for the elite. It is a biblical principle waiting to be activated in your family. So here's your next step, and it costs you nothing. I put together a free 45-minute presentation that goes even deeper into how you can begin applying these principles to your own financial life. Regardless of where you're starting from, no products, no pressure, just the education that you deserve. Watch it at your own pace, on your own time. And when you're ready to sit down and talk about your specific situation, I'm here. First come, first served. Today I gave you the key. What you do with it is up to you. Again, my name is Leandre Boone, and I'm the founder of Buckeye Financial LLC, and I'm licensed independent advisor in 8 states and counting. I'm a former defensive back for the Ohio State Buckeyes and proud champion of the 2002 BCS National Championship. And for over 20 years, my mission has been the same: to bring the strategies that America's wealthiest families have always had access to directly to the families who deserve them most. Scan the QR code, watch the presentation, and let's build something together.